I don't think I'm lazy, but if someone looked at my life, they'd probably say I am.
Then maybe they're right.
All right, before we get into this, hi guys, I'm Maya.
And I'm Jay.
We're basically trying to figure life out in real time, or at least I am.
And I just say the things people don't like to hear.
Yeah, clearly. So let's go back to what you just said. You really think I'm lazy?
I think you're avoiding the things that would actually move your life forward.
That sounds like a nicer way of calling me lazy.
No, lazy people don't care. You care. You just don't act consistently.
That's not completely fair. I try. I start things, I plan, I think about what I want.
Thinking about your life is not the same as improving it.
You really don't ease into anything, do you?
There's nothing to ease into. You said it yourself. You feel stuck.
Because I am stuck. That's the whole point. I don't even know where to focus.
That's not the problem.
Then what is?
You're waiting to feel ready before you commit to anything.
Is that such a bad thing? I don't want to waste time doing the wrong thing.
You're already wasting time doing nothing long enough to matter.
Okay, that was unnecessary.
It was accurate.
I think you underestimate how overwhelming it is. There's pressure everywhere. Social media, people your age doing better.
So you freeze,
Yes.
and then call it figuring things out.
So what should I call it then?
Avoidance,
That word again.
because it fits.
You know what's funny? I actually feel busy all the time.
You are busy.
Exactly.
Busy doing things that don't change your situation.
That's frustrating to hear.
Good, because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
So what's the solution then, since you seem to have all the answers?
I don't have all the answers. I just understand the pattern.
Which is...
People avoid hard things, then wonder why their life stays the same.
And the hard things are...
Consistency, focus, repetition. Doing something long enough to get results.
That's boring.
Exactly. That's why most people don't do it.
I feel like no one really talks about how confusing this stage of life is.
They do. You just ignore it because it's not as entertaining as success stories.
That's actually true. Okay, let me ask you something honestly. Do you ever feel like you're still figuring things out, or are you just pretending you're confident?
I'm always figuring things out.
Then why do you sound so sure about everything?
Because I'm sure about the process, not the outcome.
What does that even mean?
It means I don't know exactly where I'll end up, but I know what works. Discipline, focus, repetition. That part doesn't change.
I think my problem is I want clarity before I start.
That's your biggest mistake.
Why?
Because clarity comes after action, not before.
So I've been waiting for something that was never going to come?
Pretty much.
Wow, that's actually frustrating.
Good. Use that frustration.
Use it how?
Channel it into doing something consistently. Not perfectly, consistently.
And if I fail?
You will.
You're really not helping my confidence here.
I'm not trying to build your confidence. I'm trying to build your mindset.
There's a part of me that's scared I'll try and still not succeed.
That's normal.
So how do you deal with that?
By understanding that not trying guarantees failure.
That's actually worse when you say it like that.
Because it removes your safety net.
So basically, I've been stuck not because I can't move, but because I've been choosing not to face certain things?
Exactly.
So I'm not lazy?
No, you're distracted, avoiding discomfort, and waiting for clarity that only comes after action.
That's a lot to take in, a lot to process.
Yeah, but it's also the reason you've been stuck.
Honestly, I needed this conversation.
Most people do. They just don't slow down long enough to have it.
This is Truth Sessions.
We release a new session every 3 days. Space to think, not just consume.
If this helped you see things a little clearer,
Subscribe and come back for the next one.
same place, new truth.